Time for a scientific
Hey, it's been a minute, but I'm here with a new episode. I don't know what this is gonna be, but I'm gonna be watching the news with my mother, Midget,
thinking about females or
and
feminine
that's
things,
it.
that it
And I'm
doesn't
looking
take
at
the
all
male
this
that
fucking
takes the
snow in
road to
my
talk,
beard.
which I have no problem with this. Who cares? Nobody cares.
It
Jesse
is.
Waters
Oh my
sure does
goodness.
spend an
Oh my
obscene amount of
goodness.
time talking about what men do with their mouths. Kylie?
Yeah.
He polar plunged at a little Black Friday shopping with Hunter, and he called one of our correspondents stupid. And we're willing to look past that little outburst, but some things we just can't let slide. Joe Biden used a straw.
Oh my god, no, straw. Oh my god.
He is so homophobic. Somebody in his life, probably his dad, said that everything that he did was gay.
The way your fingers clasp.
That fucked him up.
Okay, is Jesse Waters
some man really
That's my take.
fucked with his head.
He is a size queen. He has no problem with sucking. It's the scale of the item in which he is sucking that he deems problematic.
He's into the girth, definitely. And he obviously has a lip thing. He likes to purse his lips.
And here he is.
And there he's drinking with a straw. What the hell? Why are you going to criticize somebody else for drinking a straw and there you are drinking with a straw? A fucking glass of water, you are drinking with a straw.
Heterosexuality. Here he is, and it does look like this straw's a little wider.
But you're gonna say something about somebody drinking a vanilla shake to a straw. You're about a dumbass.
Large jumbo straws for him to purse his lips and suck on.
Right, or he could lick it down the side.
For people,
never know.
All right, we'll see you guys
drink
later.
their milkshakes with straws.
Yeah, I think I don't know. If he ain't gay, he got some gay tendencies.
Yes. You want to skip this? I mean, I've always questioned and wondered about Jesse Waters.
The felon seems most excited when
he's
talking about ways he can benefit.
I don't watch The Five, but I watch other news shows.
Dinner with him at Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
$5 million, you can buy a gold card. Meanwhile, this guy is so breathtakingly stupid and so divorced from reality. There is a situation that has been completely debunked, just like they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats during the campaign, and he can't let it go. He believes the most outrageous conspiracy theories. But this is one of the more dangerous propaganda moves I've seen MAGA make. And it is this propaganda regarding Social Security. And last night, Trump repeated
for years. This was the third rail you do not touch.
That are 100, 150. He said even one person is 360 years old, older than this country, is receiving Social Security. Here's the problem. Number one, this has been debunked. And number two, the software that codes this is older than the age of the crackheads that run Doge. And they understand the coding.
Doge has been gutting every fucking thing.
People are receiving Social Security. But the danger here is that Donald Trump and MAGA are starting the propaganda to try to get the American public to think that Social Security is somehow corrupt, because he wants to grab all the money so he can buy crypto with it, because he doesn't give a shit about poor people. Here is former Transportation Secretary and Rhodes Scholar Pete Buttigieg. And he says in a tweet last night, what he said about Social Security payments has been repeatedly debunked. So the question isn't whether he's lying about this. The question is why? What is this a pretext for? He and the GOP have long shown interest in going after Social Security. What are they going to try? And I think Pete is spot on here, because they are starting the propaganda just like they do about immigrants being, these huge, criminals, just like the propaganda they start about trans people. They're starting it about Social Security, which every American earnestly pays and is entitled to receive once they retire. So many of
And
Trump's
his dumb
voters and the
ass
MAGA base
wonder
depend
why
on Social
people hate
Security.
his
And
ass.
what he has shown at complete
Well,
counter
no,
for is
the
having
thing
people
is,
get excited
he
and
cannot collect
voting
Social
against
Security.
their own interests.
He's
So you
butthurt,
have
pissed
MAGA
off,
people looking at this without
being
going into
being
the
a
facts.
He
child.
don't fucking need to collect no damn
No,
Social
the
People
thing
Security.
said, this
is,
is not true. Everybody
Social
knows it's not
Security
true. That it has just
is
a
what?
tiny bit of
Is
curiosity
when you
about the
start
facts.
working in
And he's
America,
going in and he is
you pay
convincing these
into
people
it.
that Social Security is bad, so they'll
And
vote against their
everyone
own
has
interests and
paid
support
into
him.
it,
And make no
except for
mistake,
this immigrant
one of the
man
reasons
child
he wants to cut Social Security
freak
is so he can increase
who's got a
the
messed up,
tax
weird
cuts
looking
for
penis.
billionaires. He wants to increase the
Allegedly.
deficit by $4 trillion for allowing billionaires not to pay taxes on the backs of the fixed
That's why
income
all his
people
kids
that are in his base.
Yeah.
And the curious
Or
thing to me has
IVF,
always
yes.
been they will go for
And
it.
all IVF
So,
is
I mean,
really
here's
just
the
like
problem. In the past, they've gone for it. But
J.
right now,
Owen
they're going at
stimulating
such a record
itself
speed, and they're taking away
Taking his sperm.
and
these
taking the sperm.
benefits from people. We're firing. He's firing a huge
And
portion
then
of the workforce.
having
A lot of
a
reporting says we are
doctor
already in a recession. Like this man
injected.
in 7
And knowing
weeks
Elon, he
has
probably
completely
has
taken a
his
wrecking ball to our
sample
economy and to our
screened
standing
and
in the world in 7 weeks. And so
all the weak
Republicans
swimmers
thought, oh,
removed.
you know what?
And
We're off
He only
last
wanted-
week.
he
No,
only wanted
they thought we'll do
boys.
some town
And
halls,
now
do a little
he
victory lap
mad
with our
that he
things.
got
And they went into deeply red districts.
the one
And
boy.
we played
who
it,
wants
you've
to
seen
be
it,
a
probably seen it all
girl.
over the internet. But these MAGA constituents are
mean,
furious. Veterans are getting fired. They're pissed off about Doge. They don't like the idea
No,
that a
it's
South
Grimes.
African-born billionaire who doesn't know anything about governing
I just saw
is completely
somebody
realigning
posted
our
where-
entire federal government.
No, but I was
And
thinking for
then
some
you have
reason
big Christian Moses
that
Mike Johnson. What would
FKA
Jesus do?
Twigs
Talks to God
was
all the
his
time.
baby mama.
Gets on
But
camera
Grimes
and
is his baby
lies
mama.
with just, I mean, and he believes his lies.
I don't know why
All
I
of
was.
these people at these town halls are paid agitators.
Yeah.
And we've shown the footage of these people in the
That
town
little
halls.
boy
This
that
is
he
as
carried around.
MAGA
Yeah.
American cracker as it gets. These are not paid agitators. One MAGA Republican
That
said,
he used
I saw
as a
somebody
human
with blue
shield.
hair there or purple hair. And I'm like,
Yeah.
get
The thing
over yourselves.
is,
But nonetheless,
any
I digress.
real
So,
shooter
of course, what happens
any
next?
real
Please put up
sniper
the post.
is gonna aim for your heart.
No more town halls.
That's not your head,
NRCC
motherfucker.
chief tells
You
House
play too many
Republicans.
video
So
games,
this is all a part of
watch
the fix.
too many
The
movies.
fix is in. They're selling you propaganda, and now they're quieting down the voices of
Your heart
Republican
is the main
voters
thing that be
because they don't want
open.
any of this to catch on. We had
So that little
Eric
boy
Swalwell
is gonna
on
take a
Sunday,
fall.
and what the
And
Democrat,
hopefully
some of the House Democrats are starting
it's
to do
someplace
is go
soft.
into
Some
MAGA
people don't give a
districts
damn. They'll
and
kill
host
their
town
baby too.
halls where these cowards
Yeah.
are
Folks
too
is
big of wussies
crazy.
to host them
Folks are
themselves.
absolutely
And we definitely
crazy.
want to
But
partner
anyone
with
crazy
Eric
enough to
Swalwell
take
and
a
others
shot
because we live in a deeply red
at
state.
Elon
Stephanie Bice is our
And none of
congresswoman,
this is crazy. They
and
don't
I
give a
invite
shit.
her to be on the pod
Well,
to defend
anyone
all this
who
crap.
really
And if
wants
she
to
won't do
kill
it, then
him
we'll host a
is
town hall
aiming
here
for
in
his
Oklahoma City.
chest, not his
But
fucking
this is the
head.
way. I think
That
this is
little
a huge
boy,
way
he's
for
at most danger
Democrats.
being
The
up there
messaging
on
here
your
needs to be,
shoulders.
they pitch you lies. They pitch
That's
you
the hilarious
propaganda.
thing about
They
him.
lie to you.
He's
so that
stupid.
billionaires
He
can
don't
have
He
their
don't give
way.
a damn
They
about
rile
nobody
you up
or
to get mad at
nothing
people.
He don't give a
except
damn
for
about
his
you.
To
money.
get mad at less than
His
1% of
motherfucking
Russian
money.
experience people. They rile you up to get mad at Democrats.
His
Meanwhile,
daughter, she says
all of the money is going to
he
the
don't
billionaire
do
class.
nothing with none of that
Elon
kids.
Musk
She learned
is
about
funded by
her new
upwards of
siblings.
$20 billion, and he has the
Through social
audacity
media like
and
everybody
just
else
such
did.
a diabolical person that
And
he's
she don't
worth
know
that much
none of
money,
the rest of them
and
except
he's
the ones
coming in and firing all of these
that
people.
buy her
And
mom.
I noticed last night,
Yeah.
big Christian Moses Mike Johnson
No, he
and
is.
former failed drag queen
She can't
J.D.
stand,
Vance
she's constant
sitting
stand.
up there laughing when Trump talked about
Fuck
slashing jobs. They sit and they laugh
Fuck
and they
his
think it's
because he
funny
got a lot of
that
fuck
people are
him.
suffering. And that's what's so sick about MAGA.
There you go.
These
So, I don't
voters
think he gonna
sit
say,
and they watch Fox News all the
my
time because
son,
they feast
Xavier,
on the cruelty because it tastes good to them.
dead.
This cruelty
And
tastes
your
bitter
daughter
as the
Vivian
cancer that
is
this
born.
Okay.
Your daughter Vivian's alive.
And J.D. Vance. And
Like,
I honestly think that I find
take
him more repulsive.
whatever
than
little
I find Trump, and
spot
he's
of
an all-time
sunshine
high.
and
They
happiness
are
is in such a
so
tragic
smug
situation.
when they are
Because
But he
I,
don't do
but
stuff
he
like
don't
them
give a
kids.
fuck.
I just have to go back
he
to
don't
Moses Mike.
No, he
sits
wants an army.
on these shows saying, "Oh,
He-
well, these are
No, well, he
Democratic
wanna
agitators, just like January 6th
complete
was Antifa
control.
and all that."
No, he wants to
He knows
populate.
because they're telling their
Yeah, no.
don't go to town
He
hall.
wants to
So
populate
he knows he's lying.
it
Because
with
he-
white
because he
men.
has service to one person.
Because that's
Right.
his
Which is
Aryan
Trump. That makes you
ideal,
wonder,
thinking,
does
and
Mike
belief.
Moses realize
That
this
is
is all
literally
Trump
was
stuff
what
is Russian propaganda, or is he so
Hitler
stupid that he just
was
is
taught
blindly
and
loyal
thought
to Trump without looking at
and
any of the
acted on.
consequences?
This is a really dangerous
That's what he
person
wanna do.
because
He-
he
it's not- he don't
believes
give a
that
damn
Trump
about
was
it.
sent
It's
by
just-
God. I forgot.
I don't
You know what I mean?
This
This is a real crackhead. I mean, he genuinely believes that Trump appointed these Supreme Court justices and they overturned Roe.
ways toward
And
end.
this is biblical to
Because
him.
that's
So this
definitely
is like
what
a
it's
whole
got
nother
looking like.
layer of crazy shit. You're trying to apply some
End
form
of
of logic.
everything.
This guy
that's
says on camera, God
Oh,
told
Lord.
me I was Moses. And then we all just act like this is normal to have a Speaker of the House that has imaginary conversations. But next up, we have Fox News trying to deal with the fallout of the Trump tariffs. And yesterday, Trump announced the tariffs on Canada and Mexico, 20%. Fox of the stock market immediately tanks. Fox sends somebody out to one of those big car dealerships. And I'm not going to play the first part of the interview because the part with Maria Bartolomo's meltdown is way more delicious. But anyway, they're asking this guy who sells trucks like Ford F-150s, how much is this truck? And he said, well, it used to be $80,000. Now this is a $100,000 truck. We just got emails from our bosses. We have to raise the price on this truck $100,000.
Yes.
This isn't sanity.
Yes.
This is crazy. I can't believe Trump is doing this.
Internet
And watch
today
how Fox is
talked
having
about
to spin
that.
this.
That the sprite price of trucks of just all automotives are going up significantly. And now this truck
where the rubber meets the road
that used to be
All right, great.
18,000 now gonna be
Jeff,
100,000.
thank you. Thank you so much. Jeff Locke at the Dodge plant.
No, it was like 28.
Not plant, it's not plant, Chris. They're selling cars. Dealership.
I believe it was under 30.
First, I want to play the rest of the
Now it's
She's
a
like,
million.
I mean, she's speechless. I'm
Damn
like,
near.
Yep, great. Because she's like,
said that?
oh shit.
I
Like
don't
for
know.
10
I'm
years,
maybe
I have been going hard in the paint
misremembering.
for this. I have like sat here and done the mental and moral gymnastics for this piece of shit. And now people that buy Ford F-150s, I mean the epicenter of the Trump vehicle.
Yeah,
are
the
getting
thing
zapped with
is,
an
it
additional
was an
20 grand. Okay, play the
affordable
rest of the
one,
clip.
though.
Let me ask you this, okay?
It was an affordable one that's now been shot up to
Dodge Rams, do you see driving
unaffordable.
Not many, I bet. Why? Because they inflate your cars. That's what President Trump is trying to change. Maybe
Oh, yeah,
Dodge
that's
should start
Toyota.
building them here
But
and selling them
Toyota
here.
is
Okay, so this is
one of those
things that
Asian
Republicans,
countries
they have to shape shift all the time.
Right.
The reason that corporations
that
have gone abroad is
talk
because
with
there's
other
no regulations,
companies.
and they've gone abroad because then they make more money
It's
by
like,
using much cheaper
you
labor
don't think
and not paying people
Toyota
a livable wage, which is
with
incredible
the Prius
considering what our minimum wage is.
was talking
And so they would
to
rather violate human rights.
BYD?
Republicans made this path to build your cars elsewhere and then import them back in. Okay, all
because
right, next up we
BYD
have,
is everywhere but America.
some hopium for you guys, and the this is a congressman out of
They're
Colorado,
gonna be in.
really reading and dragging MAGA for filth. Let's watch it.
Currently,
Canada
reports
soon. They're
this
already
morning
in
that
Mexico.
in the Republican caucus meeting, a member of Republican leadership stood up in the meeting and
Can
supposedly
get Trump
told
to
his
change
caucus
his mind
a simple
on these
instruction.
fucking tariffs.
Not a single one of you should attend
Yes.
or participate in a town hall.
But
Oh,
these
shit.
these
Because they are scared
people
of their own constituents.
think
Mr.
that they're
Speaker.
smart.
They understand that if they
Elon has
hold
literally
with
failed
their community,
upwards.
they will hear
A lot of
outrage.
people don't know
From
the
every
real.
American
He's
citizens who are
hurt his
pissed
ass
off,
already.
who are angry
So now
that the prices
Showing
of
all
everything
your
are going
fascism
up because
isn't
of this
really
reckless
good.
Trump administration policies.
Well,
Again, you want to spend a half hour,
maybe
an
showing
hour,
your
8
fascism
hours debating
isn't a
legally
good
requirements
look.
for pool heaters? BS.
yeah.
I mean, I thought The
it's
Klan
so true.
figured this out.
They have absolutely no substance.
The
They are all
Klan
flesh. I mean, here's the
figured
thing.
this
These
out so
Republicans
many
know
years ago.
this is a national security nightmare. They know that the American people are getting ready to be furious over the cuts to Medicaid, Medicare. They know they are fucking over veterans. They know what Elon Musk is doing is wrong. But you know what? They care more about power.
Okay, and all these protests.
Than they care about their constituents.
I'm staying my black ass at home.
To a new degree. And I
It's
just think there is
like
this appetite for cruelty in the Republican movement that started.
I wanted
decades
to
and
go
decades
to
and
the
decades
Capitol
ago. Ronald Reagan
protests.
appeared a lot nicer than Donald Trump, spoke a lot more clearly
I
than Donald
wanted to
Trump. He
go,
demonized the
but
poor.
I didn't feel
And people
safe.
feast on that. They feast on this idea that if somebody's poor, they're
Like,
lazy, and that if you're rich, you're chosen, and you work harder.
I wanted to
And
go.
Republicans really
Like,
feast
okay,
on this type of
like they
cruelty,
did
and they
in
like
the
otherizing and
people in
tribalism. They like tribalism
when they
within the country.
protested,
And I'm just going
what
to point
did
out
he
the
do?
majority of these people are really big Bible thumpers, and the
Was
fact
Black
that they
Lives
feel
Matter was
this
protest.
appetite for cruelty, in my opinion, is cruelty. If you
That
worship
was too many
something
black
that
people.
will send you to
That's
hell
the
to
thing.
burn
That's the
over and over and
thing.
over again for all eternity. There's
Yeah,
inherent cruelty in
there
that
was
religion.
too many
And I
black
think that
people.
us always turning a blind eye
And
dealing with these churches where we
whenever
live. There are
there's
two
too
things that are
many
taught
of
from the pulpit: Jesus
people
Christ and
of
Republican
color,
policies. Right? And these
people of
people are
color,
indoctrinated in it, and being a
don't matter
Republican
what
is a
race,
part of the culture. They
ethnicity,
believe that the devil and
there's
Democrats
always
are
high
synonymous,
police
and Jesus and Republicans and capitalism
presence.
are synonymous. And until we really,
They're always
really
close
want
by.
to do the work on this type of cruelty and this
It's
appetite for
like,
cruelty and this appetite for just mind-numbing stupidity.
and I'm so
and the
terrified
lack
for
of
Pride
critical
this
thinking
year.
will
I don't
continue in
think
this
we're
country.
having
Please
Pride
subscribe to our
this
channel. We'll
year
see you all later.
because
I think starting tomorrow. I think since tomorrow.
This free app gets your money back on your taxes.
They
Download Mile IQ today
they
and track your work drives.
protesting or not boycotting Walmart. Starting up
It's another day in Trump's America, and sources say Vladimir Putin is
who's
now
who's
on
protesting
the inside.
Walmart?
Like many
'Cause I
of
thought
you, we are so
Walmart was keeping
stressed
their
and
DEI
concerned about the
program.
Democratic response. So today we've invited Congressman Ro Khanna from
Because they
California
got-
to join us to talk about the shit show that is the second term of Trump's presidency. Congressman, how are you?
Really great to be on. I'm a fan of your podcast and appreciate the invitation.
Yes,
the
okay.
heir to Walton's, the Walmart stuff, whatever. She came out with a letter saying that I thought that she was not going. No, she was.
Trump's got it wrong. So does Elon Musk. We're not quitting. Americans from every walk of life, Democrats, Republicans, Independents, wrong to cut deals with corrupt politicians, wrong to pardon terrorists, wrong to get in bed with Putin, wrong for an American president to call himself king. They all know it's wrong to cut veterans health care, wrong to cut FAA air traffic control.
Yeah, that's
FBI agents for doing their job.
he is dumb beyond freaking belief.
And America is free again. And nothing's going to change that.
Ever seen a grown man throw a tantrum over a TV ad? Well, Donald Trump just lost his marbles after the Lincoln Project dropped a truth bomb that hit him right where it hurts. His ego. The ad was so devastating that Trump's face reportedly turned tomato red as he watched himself being called Putin's puppet. But here's the juicy part. Melania Trump absolutely erupted too. According to insider reports, she was throwing his stuff around their Mar-a-Lago home and screaming in Slovenian. The commercial could cause this much chaos in the Trump household.
That is
Stick around to see
great.
the ad that has the former president posting all caps rants at 3 a.m. like a teenager who just got dumped. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content,
He's such
please
a
take second
fucking
to like this video and
kid.
subscribe to the channel.
I'm
Over
so
90%
disappointed
watch
that
the videos without subscribing.
he got
It
voted
costs nothing,
again.
but it makes a huge
They
difference
have
to us.
nerves to
So,
report
did you click the subscribe
on
button? Great. Thank you so
the
much.
leopard coat
Now, back to the video.
that
Did you know there's a
Lord
way to
just
make
had
Donald
on,
Trump
I guess,
completely lose
yesterday,
his mind without
whatever.
even being in the same room? Just ask the Lincoln Project.
Because she has leopard coat that's supposed to make her
President Trump
a
announced this
great
month that the Gulf
first
of Mexico
lady.
is going to
What
become
the
the
hell
Gulf of
did
America.
a damn
And Jimmy have some
coat
freedom
do?
fries with that?
Because she dressed,
that decide if you get your tax refund
that
or
makes her a
disaster
good first
relief
lady?
or Medicare benefits.
I don't
Elon Musk.
understand.
Yeah.
In their game uniforms
It's
to become
like
cheerleaders.
lots of first ladies have an iconic fashion, but that was just a lick of the time period.
and their latest nuclear strike might be
She
their
wanna
most
be
devastating
Jackie
yet. The Lincoln
O.
Project isn't your typical anti-Trump
Like,
organization. These aren't liberal activists or Democratic operatives. They're Republicans who once worked
but-
alongside Trump and witnessed his
you
insecurities
know,
firsthand. That
she
inside
dressed
knowledge
her
makes their
ass up. I
attacks
give it to her.
particularly
She dressed
lethal.
her
They know
ass
exactly
off.
which psychological
She was a
buttons to
fucking
push
model.
to
Yeah,
send
she
fire.
dressed her
Their latest
ass off. She
advertisement
looked.
operates like a carefully
She
crafted
looked good,
psychological
but
operation.
how
She
does
was
that
therefore
make
what
her
Insider
a
described
good
as the greatest
first
hit
lady? Is
album of
my
Trump's
question.
humiliating moments and
Because they
deepest
said,
insecurities. They didn't just
because the
criticize his
Look,
policies, they went straight
what
for his
I
ego,
know about
portraying him as the
models,
most
and I
useful
know
fool
very
and target
little,
for a man obsessed
but
with
a
appearing
lot of
strong
them,
and in control.
and a lot of
Believing
it
that
is
someone
real
else's pawn
work.
is absolutely
So she
unbearable.
feels like she's done something as a model.
Liquidators
it
spring
wasn't
savings
her
time.
saying
Get a
it.
dollar
It's
off all
media
in
saying
stock
that she
refinished
looked.
vellum with flooring with a 100
No.
transferable
It's not
warranty.
media.
Enjoy lumber
It's
liquid
MAGA
Whoever wrote-
media.
Oh,
The Lincoln Project salutes Vice President Donald Trump. As Vice President, Trump will finally get the time to do the
That's
things that
MAGA has a different view and opinion
Donald Trump understands.
of the
Trump.
Trumps.
Wealthier, more charismatic, has a far superior and more successful social media platform and company. Talk about old movies, playing on his phone, admiring the assets of other men. Meanwhile, President Musk can get down to the business of running the country.
What makes this ad so different from typical political attack is its laser-focused psychological precision. The Lincoln Project creators meticulously selected imagery and messaging designed to make Trump appear weak, incompetent, and ridiculous.
He is weak.
Three things
He's
he
a little
fears
bit.
most. They highlighted his most embarrassing public moments, his international
No,
failures.
Trump
and
is an
repeatedly hammered home the
absolute
message that
bitch
world
boy.
leaders laugh at him behind his back.
He's
This
always
wasn't just a political
crying
ad,
about
explained one political
something.
analyst. This was psychological warfare executed by people who understand Trump's
It's like him and Elon Musk
Wait,
The
you
Lincoln
took
Project
words out
team
of my
knows
mouth. I
that
was
Trump's
just going to
greatest
say, what
fear
did
is
I...
losing an
Are
election.
always
This is
crying
why
about
their
this,
entire
that,
strategy
and the
revolves around
third.
exploiting this
A
vulnerability.
pathetic
But the masterminds at the Lincoln
man
Project
child.
didn't stop at creating
I
devastating
mean,
content.
both of
They
them,
engineered
both
a
of
sales
them
system guaranteed to
Little
reach their
men
target
child.
in a brilliant
are
way. They
literally
deliberately placed the advertisement to air in Washington, D.C. and the
children.
local television market surrounding
Yes.
Mar-a-Lago. This wasn't random. It was a calculated
True.
decision to ensure Trump would see it during his regular TV viewing hours. Think about it. They didn't
It's
just release
like-
it online, hoping it might eventually
I
reach
mean,
him.
the
They
thing
paid to
is,
broadcast
with
it
Trump,
precisely
you can
where and
see
when they knew
that
he'd be watching. They essentially scheduled
he's
an appointment
standing
with Trump's
there,
psyche, guaranteeing he'd receive their psychological payload in real time, maximizing
his
its
code
emotional
is
impact. The
hiding
psychological operation
a
worked
lot
exactly
of
as designed. According to witnesses
body.
with Trump when he first viewed the advertisement, the
But,
former president's
like, you
face
can
turned
see
a bright
that-
tomato red shade almost instantly.
Yeah,
He
that's a
reportedly
lot
began
of
sweating
facts.
profusely, with beads of perspiration forming on his forehead as the ad continued to play.
Children.
One source described him as physically
That's what they
transformed by
are.
rage, visible, tangible proof that the ad had
all
hit
like
its
that.
intended
They
target.
too-
Watching the
I'm
power
just saying
grab and
he's too
illegality
big for
going on
us,
in
right?
Washington, it's easy to feel helpless. Like there's nothing you can do.
Elon Musk, hailed for changing the way we drive, celebrated for sending rockets toward the stars.
The penalties for violation are civil and criminal. Elon Musk and his tech bros are not above the law, and a corrupt president has no ability to pardon state crimes.
Is using his power to do something unthinkable. He's slashing funding for life-saving medicine and science, shutting down
They
cancer and
both fake
Alzheimer's
ass
research,
motherfuckers.
solutions for childhood diseases.
I mean,
Trump angry before, said one former staffer who witnessed the
okay.
reaction. But this was
They
different.
both
It was like
came
watching someone
from
have an
where?
out-of-body
From
experience.
Jump Street.
He couldn't
Yes.
form complete
Okay.
sentences for nearly 10 minutes
Elon
afterwards.
had
Republican insiders
Emerald
who crafted
Mines
this
his
attack
dad was
something
connected
fundamental
to
about Trump that
and
many
got
other
a
critics missed. While he
significant
can brush off most
investment.
racism, certain triggers, particularly mockery and accusations of
He
being
was
Putin's
here,
puppet, are his
him and his
absolute
brother, when
breaking
they came
points.
here
Faced
on
with these
student
specific jabs,
visas,
his carefully maintained facade
they
crumbles
weren't
completely.
allowed
What's
to
particularly
work.
interesting about this incident is how it confirms
His
something
brother
many political
Kimbo,
observers have long suspected. Trump's seemingly impenetrable confidence is
he
actually
did not work.
extraordinarily
He
fragile. The Lincoln Project didn't need
attended
complicated
school,
political arguments or policy
excelled,
debates to rattle him.
Worked
They simply
his
held up a
ass
mirror
off.
reflecting his deepest insecurity.
Elon,
That was enough to provoke a meltdown. For the creators of
as
the
soon
ad,
as he
Trump's
got
panicked
here,
reaction was precisely what they'd hoped
he
for.
started
Every red-faced tantrum, every late-night social media rant, every defensive
his
statement
original
amplifies their
X
message and proves their point. Trump's inability
that
to ignore
later was
provocations
integrated with
transforms what might have been a
PayPal.
quickly forgotten advertisement into headline
X
news.
was a
Trump
payment
reacts this way,
system
explained a
in
political
the
psychology expert, is essentially
early
doing the Lincoln
days of the
Project's marketing
internet,
for them. His meltdowns validate everything
and it
the ad
became
claims about his temperament
PayPal
and stability.
when it merged with another
You know, the White House is more than just a
internet
building.
payment company
It's more than
or
18
bank.
acres of land in Washington, D.C.
It's the place where Americans look for leadership when the night is at its darkest and the dawn at its brightest.
It's a commitment
I
to the
mean,
Republic,
PayPal
to our
is
sacred Constitution.
doing great, but yes, it's when he left, PayPal went through the roof.
While Trump was having his meltdown, something even more shocking was happening just down the hall at
And
Mar-a-Lago. That
again,
stone-cold expression
I believe he was
millennials wore
voted
throughout
out
Trump's presidency.
He wasn't even in a leadership position
Boy, did it erupt
when X was sold to
America watched Melania Trump maintain her perfect poker face.
PayPal.
Mysterious, squinty-eyed look that sparked
that was like his out. He used that capital to hook up with the actual inventors of the Tesla.
It was the most impressive disappearing act in political history.
I can't remember their names.
But the Lincoln Project didn't just
But two other dudes invented the Tesla. But Elon contributed with the redesign.
Abandoned her Ice Queen routine and went full on Manta Vesuvius. Staff reported hearing Melania shouting in Slovenian throughout.
That was his contribution to the Tesla mainly. There might have been some other programming, but it was 3 years into this partnership. Hey, he had been plotting, planning, and pushing them out. And he ended up buying them both out. And yes, he was there on the ground floor, but he did not invent the electric vehicle. He made the electric vehicle sexy. That is his biggest contribution.
Papers that may or may not have been classified.
He made the Tesla
has to be the most symbolically perfect detail. His beloved red
something that a lot of people kind of would want to save money.
The was so severe that it's reportedly caused a physical separation between the couple. Sources confirm the Trumps are
the
now
Cybertruck,
bedrooms, not just normal separate bedrooms, but Mar-a-Lago separate bedrooms, which basically means they didn't all come just to visit each other.
Oh shit!
It was fucking glued on there. That's why the motherfucking shit.
Oh hell no!
The front wall.
Missed it 11 days as Trump's
it's not the real, but it's like right there. The piece of that go across the front of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Melania actually hates Donald.
It
not
actually was glued on there. That's why
but in a profound,
it's coming off.
That's apparently obvious to anyone who spent time around them. Scaramucci hasn't
well,
been shy
the
about
thing is,
when do you do a car together? A model car?
Right. He's acting like he's a, like I said, a little kid. Cause look,
he thought he had a model car. They just put their best together.
It's like modern cars.
Hi, folks. Paul Nauman, General Manager.
All modern cars are plexiglass, polycarbonate.
News with you. We've all worked hard, and we have become.
Hey, there's a reason.
Didn't just expose Trump's insecurity. May have unintentionally ripped the band-aid off of Trump's carefully maintained marriage facade. While the
there's a reason why cars are.
This eruption paints a much clearer picture. The
cars are made with fiberglass because it is so much easier
from the first lady who spoke so
to build it where it has hooks, so it stays on
while throwing her husband's iconic campaign
with very limited soldering.
Melania was throwing campaign souvenirs around Mar-a-Lago. Donald took refuge in his own digital temper tantrum. The 78-year-old former president, unable to sleep after seeing himself portrayed as Putin's plaything, did what any totally stable genius would do at 3 a.m. He grabbed his phone and started rage posting with his thumbs. Truth Social became the unlucky recipient of Trump's midnight meltdown. Instead of letting the Lincoln Project ad fade into obscurity, he transformed into exactly what they'd hoped for. A man completely consumed by insecurity. His late-night posts weren't just angry. They were a full-blown Category 5 hurricane of insecurity and rage that validated everything the ad claimed about him. The timing couldn't have been more revealing. While normal people were sleeping, Trump was wide awake, obsessively fixating on an ad that wounded his ego. These weren't carefully crafted responses from a confident leader. They were impulsive, all-caps outbursts that painted a vivid picture of a man lying in bed, seething with anger, unable to think about anything else but how he'd been portrayed. His spelling abilities took a notable vacation during this digital tantrum. In one particularly telling post, he couldn't even spell Republicans correctly, instead typing rhinos, which might actually be an accidental moment of self-awareness about his party's stance toward him. Between calling the Lincoln Project losers, yes, in all caps, because nothing says I'm totally fine like electronic shouting, Trump essentially provided free marketing for the very ad he was trying to discredit. One particularly revealing aspect of Trump's meltdown was how predictable it was to the Lincoln Project team. They knew exactly which psychological buttons to push to guarantee a reaction by strategically scheduling the ad during Fox News programming. And on channels near Mar-a-Lago, they ensured Trump would see it during his notorious TV viewing time. It's like they had a psychological roadmap of his brain with a big red X marking critical insecurity, poke here. Trump's reaction showed what one source called the emotional control of a hangry toddler. The comparison is almost unfair to toddlers. At least they have the excuse of developing brain that missed naps. What's Trump's excuse for broadcasting his wounded feelings to millions of followers in the middle of the night? His inability to ignore criticism played directly into the Lincoln Project's strategy, giving their ad infinitely more reach than their limited budget could have achieved. The true genius of the Lincoln Project's strategy was understanding that Trump would be physically incapable of not responding. Every angry post, every misspelled word, every 3 a.m. timestamp served as evidence that they hit their target dead center. It's like they baited a trap with the world's most obvious piece of cheese. And Trump not only took the bait, he posted about how delicious the cheese was while complaining that the trap didn't exist. What makes this particularly effective is that these former Republican strategists understood something fundamental about Trump's psychology. He simply cannot bear being mocked. Criticism he can deflect, legal troubles he can delay, but mockery penetrates his defenses like nothing else. And not just any mockery. Being portrayed as weak, incompetent, or controlled by someone else, especially Putin, creates an irresistible compulsion for him to respond, which inevitably makes him appear exactly as the ad portrayed him. The incident even managed to resurrect Trump's 2020 statement that he might leave the country if he lost to Biden. A promise he clearly hasn't kept. When this old quote resurfaced amid his digital tantrum, the Lincoln Project's response was a masterclass in elegant simplicity. They simply tweeted, "Promise?" Those 8 letters probably stung more than any detailed criticism
only had 3 things. I couldn't see what the last one at the bottom was.
Instead became a major news story precisely because of Trump's inability to let it go. His reaction transformed a limited run ad into a viral sensation that reached audiences far beyond its original scope. In responding so dramatically, Trump essentially handed the Lincoln Project a megaphone and said, "Here, let me help you broadcast your message about my fragility to the entire world." The whole episode reveals the paradox at the heart of Trump's media presence. His compulsive need to respond to every perceived slight gives him constant attention, but that same impulse makes him extraordinarily manipulable by those who understand his psychology. For a man who built his brand on appearing strong and in control, there's profound irony in how easily he can be reduced to incoherent 3 a.m. posts by a strategically crafted advertisement. So what's the real story here? It's not just that some clever Republicans made an ad, it's that they understood the Trump psychology better than the guy who's supposed to be the master manipulator. The fallout reveals something fascinating. That carefully crafted tough guy image Trump spent decades building can collapse faster than a chocolate souffle in a sauna. Reports of marital drama and separate bedrooms at Mar-a-Lago show just how paper-thin his public persona really is. The bigger question for voters isn't about policy anymore. It's whether they want a president whose entire world can be thrown into chaos by a 30-second television spot.
What the fuck is this? Oh, this is her. I already watched this, but it was.
Welcome back to the channel. You guys see the title? Yes, we are going to be staying in one of the most unique Airbnbs in Georgia. I'm literally driving out of my way to come stay in this Airbnb. I mean, this is wild. A freaking camera. I can't wait. I'm loving this Airbnb series. It's giving me an opportunity to experience things I've never experienced before, and just being able to.
It's a bed and breakfast that's shaped like a camera. The lens is where your bed is at. It extends out from the building. Trump can't escape his past as
with all of the devastation and destruction Donald Trump has caused in the United States and the world, it can be easy to forget all of his broken promises.
Hi, welcome to a new video. For many, traveling is an exciting experience, but it also comes with strict security checks. Airport security carefully inspects luggage.
Black man returns his groceries at Whole Foods after being falsely accused of theft. We got the video. Here it is.
Oh, come back. Where you going? You want to see my receipt? Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, we got a lawsuit now. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Play it. Quickly. Stop.
Big news from Sonic. New Junior Chicken sandwiches. That's not the news. Including
We're
honey
still
chipotle.
recording.
Wait.
Black man returns his groceries at Whole Foods after being falsely accused of theft. We got the video. Here it is.
Now come back. Where you going? You want to see my receipt? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we got a lawsuit now. Come on. Come on. Come on. What you doing? What you doing? Come on. Come on. I want a refund for all the. I want a refund for where's the manager? You can't tell me don't come back. What you? I want a refund. Say now, what did you say to me? You got a receipt? For what? For the. Why? What do you mean why? Yeah, why? Okay. Hey, excuse me. I've been accused of stealing, so I don't want to return everything I got. Yeah.
They bogus. But it's a Whole Foods. Niggas don't shop at.
Black male in Los Angeles returned more than $200.
Is that?
Oh my God.
To Whole Foods after a store manager wrongly accused him of shoplifting, demanded his receipt as he sat for a bite in the store's cafe. The tense confrontation happened at the Whole Foods in Culver City, suburb near Venice Beach. And the high-end grocery chain confirmed in an email to Atlanta Black Star. The harassment at the store, located at Jefferson and La Sueniga, was captured in the video, and the video is going viral on TikTok. None of the parties involved have been publicly identified, though a name tag worn by the Hispanic man who claimed to be the manager identified.
He was Hispanic.
As host.
He's a Caucasian.
Not clear if he's still employed following the incident. They are considering this racial profile, those who have commented. The video starts out showing the manager being encouraged by two security guards to back off an apparent situation that erupted with a black customer before the camera started rolling. The black male can be heard saying that if they wanted to see his receipt to come back, so they turned around and started for him. From there, the video skips forward a beat, next showing the manager flanking the black male and doubling back around a bottled water display. The black male holding the camera and walking the other way can be heard complaining that he was being hounded for no reason.
Yes.
As the black male headed to walk out of the store, the manager could be heard in the distance saying, quote, "Don't come back," which was met angrily with, "Who the is you?" The black male was clearly agitated, calling for a refund and demanding to speak with the manager, but instead of getting another supervisor, the Hispanic man claimed, "I am the manager." However, this is the up around to find out part. The black male wasn't having any more nonsense. Quote, "I want the real manager, F this." Black male first appeared to be trying to evade the in-store pursuit, but then changed course and walked up to address the manager face to face. With the camera still rolling, the black male wanted to get to the bottom of why he was being followed and why he needed to show his receipt at Whole Foods, okay?
Okay.
Why? He said, putting the manager on his heels. "That's all of our product right there. If you don't pay for it," he replied, but trying not to be confrontational about it. The black male started threatening to sue the store and the staff member or manager for discrimination, causing a scene in the middle of the store. From there, the manager apparently gave up on the matter and wandered off, while the black male calmly rode his cart about 40 feet before stopping at the return counter. Let's put it up. So here's a quote at this moment. "Excuse me, I've been accused of stealing, so I want to return everything I got." End quote. The man declared this very politely. One of the stone-faced cashiers asked if he had the receipt.
Yes.
He said yes, but did not immediately hand it over. As the female cashier said, he had to wait for the same manager to approve his returns, setting the stage for a final showdown at the register. So once the manager arrived at the register, he again accused the man of not paying. Now, he's been accused of stealing multiple times. And everyone seemingly has decided to just accuse him of stealing, demand he return, the items that he allegedly stole, and then there's nothing else. And usually there's 911 immediately. There's loss prevention. They hurriedly come out. He's been accused by multiple people now, multiple times. There's more. That's when black male proceeded to shame all of them with what is called a receipt, proving he had paid
for every
for
damn
it
thing.
all. He wanted a witness holding the slip of paper out for the cashiers. He asked them what the total showed. The male cashier took a closer look and said the receipt showed he paid $233. Paid how? The black male demanded sharply. By debit, the cashier answered, but politely asked, "Man, can you just stop yelling?" The black male quickly apologized and handed his receipt to the young man, who started scanning his groceries for full return. At this point, the man found himself surrounded now by 2 security guards. Wait a minute. So after he proves he stole nothing, that's when you surround him with security guards. No, that's when you surround him with an apology. That's when you surround him with dignity. That's when you surround him with professionalism, and also the courtesy of being a better advocate for the customer in the future. I'm going to get to the bottom of this, so I don't know why you're confused.
Oh my God.
Watch. Now that this goes more widespread,
several paces away,
something's going to happen. Whole Foods is going to have a lot of shit to apologize for.
That's when the manager revealed that security had informed him they observed the man grab some items from the hot bar and start eating without paying. Quote, "Security is a goddamn lie," he says. Looking back at them now, he had the receipt to prove it. Standing there with their arms crossed, the security guys denied telling the manager he had stolen food. Somebody lied.
Critics are raving about the wedding banquet.
Cheers, everyone!
Lily Gladstone and Bowen Yang put a refreshing twist on old school rom-coms. It's irresistibly sweet.
I kind of want to see this. But then again, I've been really into a lot of Korean and Japanese dramas.
The security tells you, as the manager, somebody is stealing. If loss prevention tells you somebody is stealing, and you are an employee, I think your response should be, "Why you telling me?" That's your job. If they're stealing. All right? So Atlanta Black Star reached out to Whole Foods. They wanted to comment, and the spokesperson did respond through email stating, quote, "We have investigated the incident at our Culver City store and are taking action in accordance with our policies, including issuing discipline up to and including separation of employment if appropriate." The statement does not provide specifics, and the chain did not disclose the names of the security employees involved. Atlanta Black Star also reached out to the black male in the video, who said Whole Foods has been in touch with him and is working to rectify the situation. You know, if one individual would have said something like that to him when he was falsely accused, this is likely not a story.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Exactly.
It was the persistent refusal to simply check your own record and not assume, but factually know that this man stole, which he did not. All right? Okay. Give your thoughts here.
My thoughts are in complete agreement with you in regards to apology. Take some accountability for your actions. When you're wrong and you're proven wrong, just say, "Hey, we're sorry. We thought this. We were wrong." But I do want to make mention that this is the second time I have seen a person of color, and when I say that, I don't like lumping everyone in together, but a black person being told to calm down in a situation when they were the victim of someone else's actions. They're being told to calm down. We saw it first in the video with the young lady with the slashed tires, where everyone was telling her to calm down. Someone just slashed her tires. What do you mean? Yeah. And now we see it with this gentleman, where the person returning it was like, "Can you please stop yelling?" He just got accused of theft in front of everybody, in front of a whole store, after paying $233 and some change for groceries that he's now returning, that he's going to have to go to Pavilions down the street from Jefferson to La Cienega and buy again. Like, he's going to have to go rebuy his groceries because his wife is not going to be happy with him over what just happened. So, of course, he's frustrated. Of course, he's angry. Of course, he's in the moment. And people are always telling these people to calm down. But you never see them telling the white woman crying to calm down. They
right.
Cry it out. But for them, it's like, stop being angry, stop resisting. These are all symptomatics of the same cause. We see a lot of problems. And so we need to be very cognizant of this. And I hope this gets resolved. I know Whole Foods is a great store and is amazing produce and everything. So hopefully they resolve this and make that man whole.
Yeah, 100. I agree with all that.
I agree too.
Yeah, no.
My things exactly. They need to apologize, and they need to give him well, he probably
No, they need to give him.
I'm going to say a year's supply of groceries. He should be able to come there for the next year and get groceries for free.
I mean, at least they need to pay him at least $10,000 and then some, because he returned all the groceries that he had in his cart.
And it came to $233 and some change.
Oh, fuck. Okay. So, I'm going to pause for a second, and we'll be right back with some McDonald's BS. Oh, my goodness.